What's going on, y'all, and welcome back to another Epic 7 video. This week we have the 1-minute update summary. There's only two major things I want to discuss, and the first one we're going to look at in this summary, and the next one is obviously going to be the new hero preview. So let's go ahead and just check this out real fast. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. March 13th, Epic 7 update. The big thing that I want to discuss with y'all besides the new hero JENUA, official release of Draft Arena. I'm glad this came out on time. I think a lot of people were predicting it would be this week. I'm glad it's here, not delayed or anything like that. Everything else, though, besides the new side story and the new hero, it's kind of just stuff we already know about. The March balance adjustments, which I did a video covering. The balance patch update. A lot of mages being overhauled. A few units like Little Queen Charlotte getting some pretty significant buffs. This is all the draft mode stuff that I think is going to be super exciting, though. The mulligan, they're going to allow different options for equipment settings to just vary up the gameplay. I think this will make draft mode a lot more exciting. I'm not the biggest fan so far of the, I don't know if they wrote it here. Yes, available 2 hours, 3 times daily. I understand the need for this because they need to funnel in players to a specific time. Otherwise, the queue times may be too long if they allow it open all the time. But yeah, at least for now, I think this will be fun-ish and give some replayability. I'm going to be playing some draft mode tournaments. So if that interests you, please stop by any of my live streams as per usual. Let's skip over the new hero stuff because we're going to watch his 1-minute summary. It actually came out today. Very good, Smilegate. I'm glad we didn't have another delay on that as well. The balance stuff we already know about as well. And of course, as always, guys, skip these drop right up banners. I don't think they showed the Galaxy coin rotation or anything like that, but here's the new hero. He'll be available from Thursday, March 21st to April 4th. Okay. All right, guys, let's go ahead and jump over to the hero preview. All righty, y'all, buckle in. We got the new hero preview for JENUA. I'm excited to actually get a first impression this time before the data mine. So let's go ahead and check it out.
That's right. If you need something done well, you need the Wild Dog Company.
The Wild Dog Company.
You've come to the right place. Yeah, at this point, I should just end this now.
He's pretty cool.
It's just one thing after another, isn't it?
Sorry, I just want to pause real fast. The captain of the Wild Dog Company with a mysterious charm, health percent imprint, voiced by Stephen Kieran. Stephen Kieran.
JENUA is a vampire of the Roland family.
JENUA,
one of the
okay.
3 great vampire families of Eurasia. Unable to awaken as a vampire lord, he lived as an exile and was banished from his home.
Cool
After he gave
animation.
up drinking blood and spent a long time living in Britannia, JENUA sets out to Eurasia with the Wild Dog Company to resolve the conflicts that plague him.
We haven't seen much from the Wild Dog Company until now.
JENUA is a 5-star.
All right, we take over from here, guys. We have a 5-star Fire Thief, 113 speed for a thief. That's just all right. Nothing too crazy. And then we have a crit chance imprint. Oh, boy. All right, guys, if his kit's insane, get ready. You might want to get some imprints because anytime there's crit chance imprint, it's very, very valuable, right? All right, well, let's go ahead and continue on here for JENUA. Also, the layout they're using for the hero preview looks a little bit different, right? So, skill 2 passive, Wild Dog Company Captain. Upon receiving lethal damage, grants immortality to the caster for 1 turn. Okay, immortality unit. Immortality can only be activated once per battle. After being attacked when health is 50% or less, activates Plan A. Plan A can only be activated once every 5 turns. Okay. Skill enhance is a -1 turn cooldown, making this 4 turns. And then after he's attacked when his health is under half, he'll get Plan A. So he goes in immortality if he gets attacked under 50%. Plan A dispels all debuffs from the caster and becomes enraged for 2 turns before increasing combat readiness by 50%. So a huge combat readiness push-up. Gets enraged, and then also dispels all debuffs from himself. All right, let's go ahead and check if this has like a... Are they going to show us an animation for this skill? Maybe give us an insight, some previews on how they want us to utilize this ability. So he's under half, right? He took some damage. We get that cool animation. And I think they're using his artifact too, right? Dark Blood Keeper. He gets a berry. I'm assuming that's part of the artifact. Enrage. And there we go. Dispel as well. Okay. Cleanse, I should say. So, skill 3, Bite. Attacks the enemy with a sword and covers health of the caster. Penetrates the target's defense. Okay, and that looks like to be 100%, right? Because they don't have a modifier. Critical hit deals target Critical hit deals additional damage proportional to the caster's attack to all enemies except for the target. Amount recovered increases proportional to the caster's attack. So we want to build Genua with a ton of attack. And then if we also get a critical, right, where the crit chance imprint comes in as well, we'll deal additional like splash damage. Kind of like Little Queen Charlotte, I'm assuming. Okay, so big defense pen. We recover some health, and then we do some splash damage to everybody. And that'll scale off our attack. Okay, cool. Skill enhancements are -1 turn cooldown, 4 turn cooldown at max with a lot of damage increase. Let's go ahead and check the animation for this. The bite. All right, let's go ahead and see what you got, Genua. That is cool. That little crescent kind of swipe. Oh, that damage. Let me see that again. So this is actually, he's just letting this rip from the get-go, right? He's not enraged or anything. How much did that do to the bottom unit? 13.8k to the Luluka. And then decent splash damage on the rest. Okay. Skill 1, Taste Test. Attacks the enemy by dashing towards them and increases attack of the caster for 1 turn. So he has self-attack up. When the caster is already enraged, which we can get from our skill 2, activates Bite as an extra attack. Wow. Okay, so once you get into that enraged mode, you got to be very careful of hitting this guy if you're fighting him, right? Because then he's going to activate his enrage and then his follow-up turn. Remember, he's going to get a big 50% combat readiness push too. I guess that's why you rip the skill 3 in their showcase early, because we can just activate more skill 3s via the skill 1. Right? We hit them with a taste test, and that's going to lead into a bite. And it can only be activated once per turn during the caster's turn. Okay, so no out-of-turn activations from things like counterattack. Right? That's what they're implying here. Soul Burn effect, greater increased attack. So if we Soul Burn, big damage, huh? We get a greater attack buff on instead of the attack buff. Okay. Let's go and see the animation here. I want to see the S1 chain into the S3, the skill 3. So we hit. And that's on a Yufine with big defense. Remember, though, the bite's going to ignore defense, right? Crescent Moon. And we do... How much was that? I think that was about 15k. Yeah, 15.7. And then the initial hit was like 5k, right, guys? So it's a decent amount. That was with a Soul Burn, though. All right, let's check out the artifacts. What do we got here? Dark Blood Keeper. Ancestral Sword of the Lennox family. Let's see. Increases attack by 50% at base. Same for both. After using a non-attack skill, grants a barrier equivalent to 35%. That's what we saw, right? On the activation from the skill 2 passive. That will count as a non-attack skill. Because it's skill 1 and skill 3 are obviously, attack skills. So the only thing left to activate it is our passive. It grants a barrier that can lead up to 70% of our own attack. Barrier can only be granted once every 3 turns. Okay. I feel like just base this synergizes well with this kit, right? It's going to give him a barrier after he is probably going to be hit to 0 health with immortality, or I should say 1 health. Activates that immortality. That's going to give him a barrier to lead up into, I'm assuming, the lifesteal or the health regain we get on the bite, either from skill 3 or the skill 1 chain. But to activate this, we need to be hit under 50%. Yeah. Okay. Seems like a straightforward kit. I'm not sure how exactly this will work in RTA. I think for Guild Wars and Arena, this is already a monster kind of unit. But units like this, I think for RTA can be a little tricky, especially when our passive here, right, our immortality, could potentially be stripped. Now, the 50% combat readiness will help a lot, and at least getting him some value and some health gain back. But I'm curious to see what people build on this. Either full damage glass cannon like a typical thief, or maybe some more bruiser style stats where you just have to, maybe similar like Abyssal Fiend, where once you finally kill him, where they're on certain artifacts revive them, he has his backup immortality and the life gain either from skill 3 or skill 1, and we could see some cool shenanigans through that. But otherwise, I think he's a great looking unit. I'm just not sure so far. I'll think more on it. It's probably going to be a unit that I have to really playtest myself, or until we data mine the numbers, the power, and the scaling. But yeah, let's go and let this play out, and we'll talk a little bit more here. Let's see the lobby animation real fast. What did he pull out? What is that? Is that the worm from like a tequila? Oh my goodness, I don't know what that is. But it's wriggling from his drink. Very cool unit, though. I think this will be a fan favorite for sure, right? A vampire that no longer drinks blood. He's kind of got that what do you call it? That Death Note vibe. But other than that, yeah, like I said, I think for Guild War Arena, going to be super, super solid. When units are forced to attack into him either via AoE or from element baiting, I think he'll be able to do his job insanely well. RTA is always the tricky part. Will players be able to overcome, you know, kind of his gimmicks, his mechanics? And if they are, will he be able to be built appropriately to still create value for his team? He is a not so typical thief, right? Not like a super glass cannon speedster. His speed not amazing. And you kind of want to build him to last at least so he can get into this mode right here. We see the Enrage proccing from that Abyssal Euphene. Like I said, when our opponent is either hitting us into that threshold that we want to be in. Otherwise, in a matchup versus a real player in RTA, they may ignore him. Or they may be able to, CC, strip, whatever that might be in between his combo. But I think he's a cool unit for sure. I'll definitely pull at least one copy. Remember, though, guys, just a heads up, we do have other units on the horizon. I was actually expecting this guy to be a Rift unit, but with Rift still far out on the horizon, I don't think this is going to be it, right? Plus, I don't think his kit is really super good for Rift anyways. And we don't even know what the new Rift is going to be. But, yeah. All right, guys, let me know if you guys are excited. Once again, we'll wait to see the numbers, and for sure, we'll wait to first check him out when he is released to see if he's up to snuff. But remember, that crit chance imprint could be huge. So if you like him, save up those bookmarks. All right, guys, I'll check you out in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Peace out, everybody.